So I'm going to start off over here. Now, you've seen the signal box. I think you've seen it already. Well, it's now been stuck in place as where it's going to sit. You know, I've checked all the clearances and everything using coaches and locos and stuff. There's a good bit of clearance all round. It still needs to be wired up. So it's got lights, it's got the bulbs inside, it just needs wiring up. And yeah, it's coming along quite nicely now. It's almost finished. It's just a matter of putting the edging on, the handrails on, and the steps on. But I'm still trying to work out how to make steps because, well, it's a little bit tricky, that bit. But I will find a way of doing it, I'm sure I will. So I'll just give you a few quick shots of this from different angles and stuff, and you can get a good idea of it. So then this is the other thing I've been working on, and it's a single track engine shed actually. I built it in exactly the same method as I did with all the other ones. Checking all the points. All the other ones, more on about exactly the same method as I did with that. So it's card kit wrapped around and paper stuck on the front of it. But as you can see, it's just long enough for one loco like that, and the doors close if I really want to, but I think they'll probably just stay open the whole time. But one thing I'll just say, when you do an engine shed, you've got to leave clearance underneath the door so it can clear the rail. But yeah, I am doing a how-to video on how I made the signal box. When that's out, is exactly the same method with this. This come along quite nicely. Now, just a quick sort of history of the layout, or in my head, the history of the layout. Whenever you build a layout, you should always try and make a backstory, so what you do makes sense. So the backstory of this is the original line, this single track line. It was mainly for goods and the odd passenger train. So all this is the old original sidings, the original goods sheds behind and stuff, and this is the original engine shed that they had there. Hence this is made from stone brick, whereas this is made from red brick. Now there's going to be, well, I'll tell you later what there's going to be actually when I get onto it. But here is the common roofing material for hundreds of years has been slate. It's so easy to get, so hence why it's got the exact same slate roofs on it, which is quite nice and everything. Now the goods shed is the goods shed, which is just there. The story behind that, because it's obviously modern on the old bit of track, is the original goods station got removed and was rebuilt, this goods station. So hence why this is a newer red brick station, whereas instead of the original would have been a stone one. So sorry, spinning back round to the engine shed. Now I'm going to give you a couple of views and stuff. It's exactly the same as this. There's a bulb in there, but it's not wired in or anything yet. I still need just to put in the lighting bus wire underneath. Once that wire is in, then I will be able to, light everything up, and I'll be able to show you that. In fact, I'll probably get the bus wire in before the end of the video, so you can see what they look lit up. But I'll give you a couple of shots of this now from different angles, so you can see what it looks like. This is the other thing which I've been doing, which is coming on quite well. As the loco just pulls into the station, you can see I've done quite a bit of work on it. Last time you saw this, it was some pieces of wood that has been shaped and sanded down and levelled up and all prepared for this stage, which is paint. Now I think this has come along really nicely actually. The paint finish is sort of exactly what not quite exactly what I wanted, but I really like it actually. I probably prefer this to what I wanted. As you can see, there's clearly three different colours. You've got your white edging. I have checked at GWR stations, Somerset and Dorset, LMS, BR stations from around the 1930s to 1950s, and it was very common to have a single white line along the edge. So that's what I've gone for. Then I've got the inner paving slabs, which are this grey colour, and they are actually just one, so each of these are going to be a square slab, so I'm not going to mess around with like 5 different sizes or anything like that, but adding the lines in pencil will come later. And this is the middle bit here, which is I'm not quite sure what it's made from, but it's concrete I suppose, but it's not exactly concrete. Instead of being that grey colour, it's got a very slight green tinge to it. And again, there's a story behind that which I'll tell you about later. date when I get further on into the building of the layout. So anyway, so I've got this really nice colour. The way I've got these very crisp edges running all the way along is using masking tape and just pencils to draw lines and stuff. I've got a how-to video coming up on that at a later date. But yeah, just cover, you know, how to do these edges really nicely, how to get good different colours in there. When I start sticking station buildings, canopies, seats, things like that on there, I think this will look really good. I'm planning to put I'm planning on putting a footbridge about here at this end of the station, running basically over the top of this point. So that point there is going to run basically straight over the top of the point like that. I'll be doing a how-to video on that once I work out how to build it. I'm trying to find a good way of making stairs. Now I'm probably going to be using matchsticks. It's just very time consuming if you do use matchsticks, because you've got to get it all right and everything. So I'll have to have a look and a think about that, and we'll see how that goes. But anyway, that will come at a later how-to video. So that's what I'm sort of planning for the station. And then I'm planning sort of canopies to run basically to about 2 inches from the end. So in this case here, obviously that's the end there. This canopy will stop about there, and then there's going to be a sign up which says no passengers may pass this point, and this area here will be well, basically it'll be steps running down to join onto this path, which will, well, yeah, you know, it will hopefully look quite good. Just see how it goes. So yeah, so I'll just give you a couple of shots of the station, and you can get an idea of what it looks like. Okay then, YouTube, this is the best I can do, as it's the middle of the day. It's literally 1 o'clock, so just kill the lights, and I've managed to fit lights into the inside of the buildings. So as you can see, great bit of illumination there. If I sort of, you can now sort of see the light that comes out of the engine shed as well. It's quite a dull light. Now this one hasn't got a resistor on it, but the inside of the building is painted black, basically, or it's actually a very dark brown. And because of that, not a lot of light reflects around it, bounces around the walls, and it's actually created quite a nice glow to it. Whereas the signal box is a bit too bright. Can easily be solved though. Saying that is a bit too, well, it is a bit too bright really. Can easily be solved by just adding a resistor, so I will be adding a resistor to that one. I'm not planning on doing resistors to everything, because, well, to be honest, not everything needs a resistor, as you can see here. Oh dear, I think I need to add a light to all the control boxes. There you go, quite a nice looking engine shed there. I'll just swing around, give you a few different views. Now the signal box, you can see there's a lot of light coming out of that, which is about right. There would be a lot of light coming out of that, but I want to dull it down slightly. There's actually 3 bulbs in there, 1, 2 at the top, and there's the third one. You can just see it coming through. Now the way I'm going to do that is I'm actually putting adding stuff to the roof there, and that will cover up that light spot, and then it won't sort of shine through in the same sort of way. But yeah, this is the engine shed, as you can see. You can just about see the loco in there. As I move around a bit, the light comes out the windows. Actually, the fact this is so bright, it does not help. But yeah, a nice, just a very gentle glow comes out of these windows, which is what I wanted. Didn't want it to be too strong in there. So yeah, that's a quick look at the lights I've done so far. And I think they look quite good. As well as that, this signal box actually illuminates the track really nicely. Honestly, this is the first time I've turned it on when it's dark. You can see it, but the signal box, there's nice lights all round here, which is quite good. So it means I don't need any sort of spotlights here. A couple of station lights down all the way, running all the way down the station, will look quite good as well. So yes, it's come along quite well, quite nicely actually, which is what I wanted. So yeah, just winding up, obviously I'm using the same controller as I did upstairs, and it's got this nice little switch which I added to it. There's a how-to video on my channel for that. So when I flick the switch, the light turns on, which means I've got separate control of the switches for lights and stuff, which means they're not on all the time. I've got control for 1, 2, 3 tracks, and I've got the auxiliary for the point motors. As well as that, I've got a spare auxiliary here for anything else. Maybe if I've got too many lights or something for the one controller, I can split them onto two. Yeah, that'll sort of be a nice. It's a nice thing just to have a third one here. I mean, they're all working nicely, which is quite good. Where'd the loco go? Oh, it's still in the shed. Huh. Sorry, I couldn't see the loco for a second. Anyway, yeah, that is it for the update. Sorry, just the camera slightly. There we go. That is it for the update on the layout. It's coming on quite nicely, and yeah. So I've got another video coming up which I'd like everyone to watch. It'll be the video after this. So if everyone can please watch it, then yeah, that will explain quite a lot of stuff that's happening. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any more comments about the layout or anything, then please just leave them below down there, you know, description box. Yeah, you can give me a thumbs up as well. Like button's down there as well. Unless YouTube change it, they've done that before a few times, and then people are pointing over there and it's down there. So way, don't change it again, YouTube. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.